Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you get something exciting and fulfilling from this tutorial, and just a big thank you for supporting me week on week. It's so great that you're here. So I'm using DecoArt's Iridescent paints. They're Americana Enchanted Shimmer, and I'm having fun with these because I've been using the Amsterdam pearlescent paints, and they're very similar reaction. They work with a dark background, but today I'm going to use 2 cups, do 2 ring pours on the same canvas, but I'm going to mix my paint with some black as well. So as I layer the paint in the cup, you'll see how I do alternate layers of colour and black. I say colour, but it, as you know, looks white. So all these colours are actually white in the bottle. I've mixed them with some pouring medium and some water. All my consistencies and ratios are all listed in the description box, so expand that and you'll see lots of information in there. And I'm really excited to see how this works. I've not tried this yet, so this is an experiment day for me. And I'm glad you're here with me, because as you watch, please comment below and let me know how you think it's going to turn out. So, are we ready? I know I am. Let's see what we can create. So this is the brand of paint and the colours that I'm using today. As you can see, it's DecoArt Americana Enchanted Shimmer. And I'm using the blue, the magenta, the green, the white, the gold and the violet. I'm also using Amsterdam's Lamp Black. So I'm going to use the black paint. I'm going to use these iridescent colours by DecoArt. As you can see, they're already mixed up and also labelled on the cup because they all look white until they react with the black. So I'm so excited for this, just to see how it goes. And remember, drop in the comments below what you think about this creation as we go along. I'd love to hear what you think. So I'm going to start with black in the bottom of each of these cups, and then I'm going to take one colour at a time. You can see here I've started off with green, although it looks white. We know these iridescent paints look white before they react and dry. So the magenta's next, and I'm just pouring that into the cup, and then each time I'm pouring in a colour, I'm adding a black on top of each layer. And that's how I'm going to go throughout this layering of the cups, adding some colour in each of the cups, and then taking my black and just layering some of the black in between. And I'm going to do that each time, repeating the process until the cups are full. So the idea here with the layering is to ensure that there's colour followed by black, colour followed by black. And what that's going to do when we pour out the paint from the cup onto the canvas, and I'm going to do that in a ring pour, in a circular motion, so I will move my hand in a circular motion as I tip the paint from the cup to the canvas. It's going to infuse those colours with the black and create a number of lines. Okay, so we're at the top of our cups. I've got my 2 cups here. I'm just going to clear the space, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour these cups onto the canvas. I'm starting with this cup and I'm just aiming for this area here, and as you can see I'm just slowly pouring the paint from the cup onto the canvas, and I'm just moving my hand in a circular motion, doing a ring pour, just round and round by tipping the cup. The paint's coming out of the cup onto the canvas, and by doing a ring pour I'm going to create numerous lines, and when I tilt the canvas out those lines are going to open up. So I'm coming to the end of the paint in that cup, it's all out of there, and then I'm just going to take my second cup and just doing this space here. So again, just picking the cup up and just swirling the cup around in a circular motion as I tip the cup and pour the paint. Just allowing that paint to freely leave the cup, go onto the canvas, and creating some rings as I do it. So that's all the paint out of my cups. I am noticing some air bubbles, so I'm going to just get my torch and I'm just going to pop those air bubbles before we continue with the process. I just pop those before opening up that design. I'll take you in just for a quick look so you can see what I see, and you'll see how those colours are merging with the black, and you can see how those colours are starting to turn. I can definitely see some of those blues and greens, but that's going to really open up when I start tilting out the canvas. So that's the close-up. You can probably just see there actually some of the gold. So I'm going to pick my canvas up and I'm just going to tilt from side to side, moving that paint across the canvas and then down the edges, across to each corner. And then I'm going to push that paint completely over the edge, down the edges and onto my table. But as I do this, I'm really looking at how those lines are opening up. I'm looking at the pattern that's forming on top. And I'm looking to see how those colours are starting to react with the black paint. I'm going to turn the canvas each time, lay it down on my table, have a look at the composition and really stretch that paint out to cover the full surface area of the canvas. I'm just going to finish off by pushing the paint further down that edge and into that corner. And those white lines that you see, I'm hoping will change colour as it goes through that drying process. Those colours are going to react with the black paint, and as it dries they're going to show their true colour. That gold, that magenta, that green, that blue. They're all going to pop through. I'm going to just tidy off the edges, take all the drips off from down the side, and then I'll take you in for a closer look at the wet version. And this is the wet version, and you can see it's almost a little bit like an agate, a geode, a crystal that's cut open, or maybe the bark of a tree trunk that shows all the lines as it's grown over the years. I really find this really fascinating, seeing all those lines and thinking about how this is going to transition from this black and white piece into a colourful piece when it's dry. I'm going to place this to one side and then I'll take you in for a closer look at the dry version. So here's the dried version. It's a fairly dark piece until the light bounces off that canvas and really kind of shines that colour through. I'll take you in a little bit closer just so you can see how those colours have transformed. You can clearly see here the blues, the greens, the magentas, the gold, the white, all combined together with all those finer lines and all those finer details. It is a dark piece, but it's really worth it by hanging it in the sunlight in some natural light to see how the light really bounces off the canvas and transforms those colours. I've had so much fun experimenting with these paints. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd really appreciate a like or a share if you've enjoyed this video, and let me know if you're going to try this too. I'd love to know what you're going to create. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great week ahead. Let me know what you're doing creative wise, and I hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.